we're going to react to Reddit. Yes, I know Reddit is a cesspool for left-leaning echo chambers and crazy people, but 8 days ago on the /Adelaide part of Reddit, someone wrote, "What the hell happened to the Adelaide Set?" I thought it'd be funny if we just read through these comments, no matter how brutal it is, and see what these people are saying. So I'll get it up for you guys. Alright, here we go. What the hell happened to the Adelaide Set? Almost 6 to 7 years ago, I'm watching this small social page give some cool local recommendations, good restaurants, holiday spots, etc. The page got annoyingly positive. Like, the page got annoyingly positively, not toxic, and I eventually unsubscribed. Okay, so this thing got a bit too positive. Fast forward to today, and I scroll through the Adelaide Set feed. They are the page most aggressively promoting the anti-abortion cause, and it's unfortunately found its way into my algorithm. Their content is no longer cutesy Adelaide recommendations. It's spiraled into a pro-Trump, anti-vax, right-wing nuttery. All of their content is promoting unsettling, if dangerous, causes, and it's still promoted by the same woman from years ago too. What happened to this handy social page? How did it become so toxic? Damn. First off, guys, look, being positive is great. We weren't positively being annoying. I feel like we were always being positive for a good reason, because Adelaide is a great city and it's a great place. This whole thing about anti-abortion, the Adelaide Set is a group of like 30 individuals with all very diverse opinions. The Adelaide Set itself is not anti-abortion. It's not anti-anything, really. We just give the perspective that most people don't want to hear. It's like the unwanted truth. So Plato said it best: those who speak the truth are always the most hated. So we try and make it funny, right? Because we don't want to be hated by everyone. But no, it's not anti-abortion. It was they're talking about Dr. Joanna Howe's bill to stop the potassium chloride injections into the heart of viable babies. I mean, it's not really anti-abortion. The mother can still get rid of the kid. It's just the kid has to go adoption now. But there's a whole conversation around this because, you know, some doctors like to say it's actually safer for a stillborn birth. Other doctors say it's actually not as safe. It's always better to do a live birth. There's many conflicting things. But at the end of the day, Dr. Joanna Howe, a Rhodes Scholar, by the way, of Oxford University, had a campaign. She's a local voice, and the Adelaide Set's job is to showcase that voice. I mean, it's not anti-abortion in the sense where she wasn't going to get rid of all of abortion. It was a very particular niche part of abortion. Late-term abortion, potassium injections, no sedation for the kid, by the way, just straight up abortions. And, you know, I had her on my channel on YouTube, and we had a little bit of debate about it. But yeah, pro-Trump, look, I have my love moments of Trump, and I also have moments where I don't like Trump. So, do I think Trump's better than Kamala? Yeah, I think I do. Trump probably is the less of two evils in this circumstance. Kamala Harris, to me, I look at her and I just think she's a bit of a tripper. Honestly, I don't really think I like the way she operates. I don't like the way she speaks. She's been in office for the last 4 years. My life has only gotten worse. The people's lives around me have only gotten worse. The inflation's only increased. Wars have gone up. Like, I don't remember this much war and this much talk of nuclear war in my entire life until she became vice president. So, right-wing nuttery. Well, look, just because we talk about right-wing topics doesn't make us right-wing nuts. That's what the left failed to understand, especially these Reddit people, right? These Reddit people don't understand that just because you talk about right-wing subjects doesn't make you right-wing. Having a conversation about life, about things, doesn't make you right-wing. I mean, for me, I actually show up as a left-leaning libertarian. If you want to do, for personally speaking, I'm a left-leaning libertarian. Growing up, I was all very, very lefty. As I got older, yeah, I have a respect for a lot of conservative ideas, and I like the idea of conserving some traditions because I feel like they built what society is today. Does that make me right-wing? Okay, whatever. If that's what makes me right-wing, sure, I'm right-wing. But I don't know. Here we go. Let's read these questions. Let's read these comments. Because the Adelaide Set and all their affiliate pages are always just platforms for the egocentric owners trying to gain influence and status under the guise of supporting local. I mean, what does that even mean? Translation: the Adelaide Set and its platforms are only for the egocentric owners. So having a desire to start a small business is now a form of... Where'd that go? Oh, yeah. So having a desire to start your own business is egocentric. Being on camera is egocentric. Trying to gain influence and status, I mean, that's kind of how social media works. You need to have influence and status for social media to work. Otherwise, it's not a really good business, is it? Like, who starts a social media page and goes, oh, I hope my page never gets seen by anyone. I hope we never get views. Like, if that's why you go to social media, I don't know, that's a very successful business model to have. It's actually quite a ridiculous state. But look, this is indicative of like the classic Adelaide small top poppy syndrome thing. People be like, oh, he is egocentric because he wants success in life. That's like the typical mindset with all of these lefties. And by the way, I'm a lefty, so like I love Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker is one of my favorite. One second, guys, let me do this. Yeah, I like Hassan Piker. I mean, he's like the biggest lefty of them all. Does that make me a big lefty? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Can absolutely confirm the owners are entitled private school boys that are using their platform to stroke their own egos. They were absolute peanuts when I met them a few years ago. I can only imagine a few more followers will have just made them a lot worse. I mean, a few followers. Try 70,000 more followers. Private school boys. Yeah, look, I went to a private school. But I also went to a public school for 8 years. So, I had the best of both worlds. My parents worked hard, and they wanted to send me to private school. I didn't like it. I cried. I didn't want to go. I wanted to stay at Unley High with all my friends. But I went to St. Peter's, and you know what? It was fantastic. I don't regret it. But if you want to be jealous about that, go ahead. Okay, looks like this enforcer guy's actually got my back here. Apart from Barnacle Bills, what other agenda is this sub-pushing? Really? The Adelaide Set were wankers in the end. They started out okay, but became victims of their own notoriety. I mean... Look, guys, if you're going to have a social media channel in Adelaide, one of the most tall poppy syndrome places in the world, it's not about being a victim. Saying obvious things isn't a victimhood. Like, if I get hit by a car and it hurts, and I go, oh, damn, I got hit by a car, that really hurts. That doesn't make me, like, I'm not trying to claim victimhood. I'm just talking about objective reality and go, oh, yeah, this is what I deal with. But I'm not saying, oh, poor me, everyone must love me. No, I don't care. Like, I chose this line of work. Anytime you get any sort of political content, you're going to have to deal with the consequences, especially in Australia, a place notorious for basically virtual signaling. It's like who can be the biggest conformist, who can be the biggest virtual signaler with the most mainstream opinion and showcase it the best. So if you're not following that type of lineage, you're asking for trouble. So, we know what we got ourselves into, but the Adelaide Set is a design market for a very diverse range of people. Like, we have right-wingers, moderates, and left-leaning people. Like, I did a poll the other day. It's I would say the Adelaide Set is probably the most diverse platform in South Australia, hands down. And you know what? I mean, they're like that grass-fed platform. We've stayed organic the entire time. I've seen a comment that was sent to me about, we bought tens of thousands of followers. That's not true. Literally, you can literally go verify it with any fake follower checker. Literally, all our followers are organic. All of them are active. We're probably one of the only platforms in the state that can say that. I don't know what else to say. But I know who these people are. A lot of these people, I won't say names, but a lot of these people are like private school girls, white girls, of course, who have nothing better to do but use me as their vehicle for their fame and success. They want to I've known George in the past. He was such a right-winger, and I'm going to talk shit about him behind his back because, I know about his private life. These people have no idea. These people have zero idea. They literally grew up with their conformity, reading their Clementine Ford articles and all that stuff, and then they've got this grand idea about life, and they know who I am. They have no idea who I am. And all these people, by the way, are a bit cray-cray. I'm just reading it. OP's comment Adelaide Set reflected here as polar opposite. It's normal to oppose weird shit. Okay, so they think it's weird. You don't understand the difference between an agenda set social platform where the only content produced by the owners versus a forum open to all views and opinions where the moderators rarely get involved. I mean, the Adelaide Set's had both. We have just let the people speak, and then we also let figures like me or others just have their say. It's never really Like, I've literally had like the most radical left-leaning people on the Adelaide set. Very, very. I've had trans people. I've had all parts LGBTQ. I've had all parts of the left spectrum on my platform. We never judged them for that. We never opposed their. We'd have debates about things, but we never said no to them. You know what I mean? It's been a very open source kind of platform. But yeah, the issue is here. We were one of the first platforms to actually say things how it is. So it comes with these issues, like these left-leaning people. I wouldn't even call them left anymore, because I consider myself like, these people aren't left-leaning. These people are bananas. Like, these are another level of left here. This is like, on a spectrum, they'll be like going crazy. You go, yeah, that page is absolutely cooked. Unfollowed years ago with all their COVID nonsense. COVID nonsense. Guys, we just showcase news that wasn't mainstream. You guys do realise that all the mainstream media platforms in Australia got tax write-offs for supporting the government agenda of lockdowns, vaccine mandates. They literally didn't have to pay taxes. That's the only reason they did it. It's all about money. That's another thing about these people. Like, these left-leaning people say, oh, they are people for the people, right? But they literally support the biggest corporations in Australia, all the mainstream media. They literally like suckle at them. Like, they are literally at the will of these corporations. They're basically just elitists who work for these corporations. And we were one of the only platforms that didn't bend the knee to... We get tax write-offs, obviously. We didn't get tax write-offs, but we were the only platform that didn't bend the knee to the agenda. Sorry. Like, we had a local professor, Nikolai Petrosky, who developed a COVID vaccine in the first 2 months, who got completely shut down by the government and warned us that mRNA could potentially be a little bit problematic. And we reported that. That's considered nonsense. Anyways, we have a health crisis for a reason, guys. I'm not going to say too much more. What is a shame, because when I moved back some years ago, they were a fun way to keep up to date with the cool new venues. Yeah, guys, the venues are shutting down. Like, businesses are shutting down at record levels. A lot of the businesses that we supported during the pandemic, a lot of them had to shut down. I don't think I understand. The lockdowns literally killed the state. Literally killed so many small businesses. So, I mean, if you were tuning in for those kind of things, I hate to say it to you, but you kind of like were all supportive of the businesses being destroyed. Yeah, same. Originally liked them, but their COVID crap was baddling. Same as Shelley, blatantly political during the COVID times and lost me entirely. Look, okay, this person's coming a little bit more chilled. Adelaide, have 50% of their followers inorganic. We can prove that. I'll show you right here. Actually, should I show you? No, you find it yourself. Just go on inbeat.co. There's a website. You can literally look up any person you want and find out if they've got inactive followers or not. It's not hard, guys. Like, use your brain. Go out and find it. Bunch of private school twats who think they're more far influential and important than they actually are. Think they are. I mean, we are literally... In terms of influence, right? What is influence? Influence is the ability to reach people. We literally have probably the largest, most active political platform in Adelaide, for sure. I think what the issue here is people don't want to deal with the reality that we have such a huge influence and huge platform. It freaks them out, thinking, oh, maybe a platform they see as right-wing has all this influence. I mean, they formed this beast. I was always good with these kind of lefty, indie kind of people. But then they kind of just attacked me. And, here we go. Oh, here you go. Simple. They built their page to make money, saw dollar signs in the eyes of oppressed right-wingers. Oppressed. With an axe to grind, George the founder only started the platform so his mother could live vicariously through him. Their wealthy parents have funded every business venture they've ever had, including buying tens of thousands of followers. This is misinformation. You can literally go check the followers with inbeat.co. Go check it right now. They've gone from being respected and helpful to a laughing stock. I have had gone authority that they were blacklisted from all tourism organisations and proficient marketing agencies SA years ago. Did it go downhill when they sexualised their 17 to 18-year-old girlfriend for the sake of views when they were in their mid-20s? What? Tatum was not 17. Tatum was literally in her 20s when I met her. She was not 17, 18. Or when George posted about how his Greek people were persecuted 400 years ago, and noticed that day George Floyd hit the headlines. Yeah, well, newsflash, George Floyd, for one, is a crackhead. And turns out he's a bit of a bit of a bad person. And two, yes, you keep denying the Greek genocide. Like, I'm not going to let this go, guys. The Greek Armenian Orthodox genocide. It's even the Orthodox genocide. Orthodox people, literally, there's been 70 to 80 million Orthodox massacred by the Bolsheviks in Russia and in Greece and Armenia. Like, that's not going to go away, mate. And it's not about being a victim. I'm just telling you facts. Like, literally, the most oppressed people in the world have been Orthodox. I mean, it's just and probably the Chinese as well. Actually, the Chinese, what Mao did was pretty bad as well. But yeah, if you want to go into oppression, these people obviously have never read history. They don't understand history at all. But it doesn't suit their mainstream agenda, and they can't use their racial virtual signaling techniques because to them they only see color. These people only see color. Or when they went full anti-vax, we didn't go full anti-vax. Literally, I had protein-based vaccines. Takedown had protein-based vaccines. We all had protein-based vaccines. We just didn't like the mRNA ones because there's no long-term data, and we didn't like the way they operated in terms of mechanically how they operate medically. Is not my jam. Personally, it's not my jam. I didn't want it. I had options, but I took my options, and unfortunately, I know a lot of people who are sick. They haven't got better. A lot of people with broken hearts, let's say. I feel for them. I don't say I told you so or anything like that. Because I know, in the future, more of this stuff will come out. And we're getting advice from top professors across the world. Like, that's one thing. I'm very privileged and fortunate to have access to a lot of top quality scientists and academics who inform me that maybe it's not worth the risk. You're quite young. And if you get your hands on a protein-based vaccine, to do that. It's exactly what I did. Sorry, I exercised my choice. Or when they made accounts pretending to be POC to back themselves up. I don't know about anything like that. That doesn't make any sense to me. Or was it when they openly started threatening to sue anyone? Yeah, guys, we have some fun with that, guys. Come on. What's not sure? No respect from them or anyone who still follows it. I mean, they have respect for 125,000 people on Instagram, 25,000 something on Facebook, 20,000 on TikTok. I don't understand. Like, literally last year reached over 100 million people. And I'm telling you right now, we have 20% followers who are left-leaning. Was it 60% right? That's a small sample size. But it's a very diverse following, guys. I literally have, like, some of the most left-leaning people on the Adelaide Set to some of the most right-leaning people. It's literally such a diverse platform. I don't understand these people's logic. I was blocked by their page years ago for simply questioning their choice to compare the persecution of Greek people to the Black Lives movement, which is Black Lives Matter movement has been verified a communist movement now. And they were siphoning money. They weren't even giving money to the black community in America. They were literally just buying mansions of it. So, kind of right. I was kind of right, guys. I'm sorry to say it. And also, in regards to my apology, I take my apology back. I kind of felt peer pressured to apologize. I'll be honest about that. But in reality, I never actually meant anything in my apology. Like, I totally stand behind everything I said. I still do to this day. And to all you haters out there, sorry, but we were right. Again, we were right. And so glad other people seem to crap. It's literally like, how many people are there? There's literally 209,000 members on this page and only 139 people like this. Terrible engagement rate. Just got to say. What is it? Rich kid who inherited and never questioned their conservative parents' belief, racism, sexism in the men, internalized misogyny in the women, and they'll be trying to turn content creation profit. I'd imagine so they're likely saying these things that no aren't true but attract engagement. Yet again, being yourself in Australia is a dangerous thing, my friends. Actually, being yourself anyway can be a dangerous thing, but especially to these Redditors. These Redditors are literally so salty. It's funny. They're backing Henry Davis, ambulance chasing lawyer who's also the cause of all the issues at both Burnside and Adelaide councils. As a Liberal candidate, he was badly beaten at pre-selection for mayor. You watch though, he'll announce he's moving away to a new election soon enough to run there. Not surprising, seeing them affiliated with the Grade A tosser and public nuisance. Also, Vincent Tarzi. If the Liberal Party is going all in on these type of candidates, the party's digging its own grave. One. Henry Davis, as a politician, probably has more backbone than any of these people on Reddit. He's actively always trying his best to help the community. And it just goes to show, if the people at Burnside and Adelaide City Council are upset with him, it's because he's the only one willing to stand up and say it how it is, and actually, do what a good politician should do: question leadership and not just let things slide. I'll be honest with you guys, most of these people who are commenting, I feel like I know these people, like I've known them personally in life, and these are mostly private school kids or people who used to hang out with private school kids and like wanted to pretend they were private school kids because they wanted to feel like whatever they wanted to feel. They say they hate rich people, but they only want to hang out with rich people. It's quite funny. We hate rich people, but all my friends are rich. It's like, okay, sure. I know who these people are. Like I literally could start saying their names. I don't want to. But these people literally are the type of people who they can't explore ideas they don't agree with. So, for example, if you want to have a really interesting philosophical chat, you can talk about things you don't agree with, but you can just talk about them objectively and let them like just fly and just have any conversation. For these people, that's not possible. They will only talk about things they actually agree with. It's like they have a fixed mindset and a dogmatic mindset onto only things they want to talk about. That's the kind of people we're dealing with. So it's very like fixed, conformist, stuck. They're kind of like stuck mindset. There's never a chance to go explore new ideas or change their mind on anything really. It's very hard. But they were nice people when they were in high school and stuff. I think they just grew to become like these political, radical left-leaning people because they felt like it was their personality. And that's how they could deal, help with their personality types, I guess. And here, look, they're working with Dr. J. Howe, forced birth activists. Here we go again. This is more, this is literally more fake news. It's not, any late-term abortion is a forced birth. It's just either the birth is still or the birth is live. So they're all forced births. There's no such thing as, what do you think happens to the baby? The baby, it just sits there and just vanishes. I want an abortion, it just vanishes. No, the freaking... You have to get it out. So they force birth. It doesn't just disappear, guys. I don't know what's education you guys have, or maybe you've been watching too much Disney Channel or something, but I think they disappeared faster than free snacks at a party. It's like poof, gone. Well, we've been around for 13 years. We haven't really gone anywhere, and our following has only just increased. We reached over 100 million people last year. So this person's, sure. I noticed this the other day, completely unhinged. A lot of people / organizers are following who'd be probably mortified to be associated with that rubbish. See, look, this is more of this cancer culture thing. Guys, people are allowed to have freedom of ideas. There's consequences to your ideas. You're allowed to follow anyone you want. It's this mentality, us versus them mentality here. It's like, if you don't follow our agenda, we won't be friends with you. I have a lot of friends who I don't agree with at all with half the stuff they say, but I'm still friends with them. I still love them. I literally would take a bullet for these people. I don't agree with the ideologies, but I love them. Yeah, this is kind of mindset's like you would never want to be friends with this person. This person here would be the kind of person who would stab you in the back when you're asleep or something, or any opportunity for them to gain a little bit of virtual signaling from their friends that would turn their back on you. I don't follow them. Okay, look, I've glanced at their page a few times. Never followed right-wing glam alley wannabes posting rants about homelessness and forced births. No thanks. Homelessness. Yes, there is a homelessness crisis happening in South Australia. Forced births, as I said before, we've already cleared this up, guys. Please just do some research, man. I don't understand how these people even pass school, honestly. The Adelaide Set would know them as the most insufferable to be around. The girl seems absolutely wonderful. I'm assuming they're talking about Tatum. I don't know how she ran up with that crowd. They all truly believe their own god, lol. I know this from conversations with some of them, when they've gone on existential tangents about the meaning of their existence on Earth. So this goes back to this whole poppy syndrome thing, I think. On a metaphysical level, any conversation about personal development or anything else outside probably normal conversation to these people is oh wow, they must be self-obsessed because they want to be better people. It's always this kind of conversation. It's always this rhetoric. They also work for Alex Antic. No, I don't work for Alex Antic. That's wrong. They also steal content from small creators. Saw a video I made on TikTok highlighting a small local museum. I'm almost scene for scene, one except insert themselves into the shot instead of actually showing off the museum like I had her at this time. I don't know about this. Okay, so guys, let's clear this up. A lot of the content gets sent to us and people claim that's them and we believe them and then we post it. If someone sent us a video so we can use it and it's not their video, just contact us and we'll fix it. Sure, that's basically it. And if you don't want the video on, we just take it off. It's not a big deal. But yeah, we only post videos that people send to us. So chill out on that. It's a wannabe broadsheet, has been hijacked by the far right. I mean, far right. Do they even know what the far right really is? Like, do they really know what the far right? This is what I mean. These people have never picked up a history book in their entire life. These people have zero idea. Okay. Not great in my experience. I'm freelance guides a promotion not a few years ago now. They showed up drunk with more people than agreed. Look, I handled over 150 young adults to these events, and I'm not going to say they're all the most well-behaved people. Some of them had a bit too much fun, so I don't disagree with this. Maybe they did show up and did a bad job. That's one of the cons of having a young adult youth group. These aren't professionals. These are young adults who are just learning their trade and they make mistakes, and it's fine to make mistakes. These people probably claim they've never made mistakes in their entire life. Anyways, I just thought I would suss this out. I thought it was quite funny. But yeah, guys, to all the haters out there, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're so butthurt, so salty about our success. I'm sorry that it's been 13 years of the Adelaide Set. I'm sorry that we keep getting followers. I'm sorry that we keep reaching hundreds of millions of people. I'm sorry that we're the biggest organic followed platform in the state. I'm sorry, support real leadership. I'm sorry we say it how it is, and I'm sorry that I'm sorry that I'm Greek. I have a Greek background. I'm sorry if that offends you. But yeah, guys, on a serious level, my advice to you is keep off the social media, keep off the either narcotics, whatever you guys are doing, and please, if you want to make real change, do some real activism, because this stuff is not, who cares? I literally read this and laugh because it's fun. You've literally given me content to make. There's so much more better things you could be doing with your energy. You could literally be creating businesses, you could be creating new friends, you could be creating so much more things with your time, but instead you're wasting obsessing about me and the Adelaide Set. It's damn, but you guys are giving me content. So no, actually don't listen to my advice. Keep being crazy, keep thinking about yourselves, keep being obsessed with the Adelaide Set and writing these little Reddit things, because yeah, it gives me more content. Thank you, I appreciate it, and take care. See you guys. Peace.